그만두지마 내게 come to me 수 없어 널 in my head 채워줘 빈자리를 in my head 긴장하지마 내게 come to me
Those arms are aligned.
Oh. Okay, Persian influences.
Clean.
Oh, it's a Chinese song. That was beautiful. That floor work.
Like, what? Okay, I've got thoughts. Wait, I don't. Okay.
Go on, you got thoughts. Let's hear.
Okay, no, you go first.
So what's interesting about this piece is it's influenced not just by Chinese traditional dance, but you've got influences from other parts of Asia as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not just down to the dance, that's also included in the musical composition.
Mm-hmm.
You've got that, it's like, I guess the easiest way to I guess, loop it would be like, Islamic traditional, like almost
Yes.
sounds like prayer music.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The call to prayer.
Yes.
The way that the
mosque,
vocals
like
the way that the vocals resonate and like echoey. So I like that is sonically beautiful. Then on top of that again, so to us in the modern in modern dance, you'd be looking at all of the hand gestures as just like isolations or like a form of tutting, but it's deeper than that, because again these are movements that are present across Asia.
Yes.
So it's present in
like Bollywood, like especially
Indian, Punjabi, Bengali, traditional dance. Like it's present there. It's present again across in like China and Japan and stuff. Things like Buddha, Buddha and other deities and other gods having multiple arms, and those kinds of formations are very common across Asia. So the incorporation of that in the routine is gorgeous as well. One thing I would say that let's lay down in this is the fact that he's wearing a jacket over, so you can't always see how clean his movements are. You have to kind of look beyond what he's wearing. His dances are impeccable.
They are.
I'm also going to respect the videographer, because whoever filmed this also made a point of including, and they checked the lighting, because the incorporation of the way the shadows look in this routine also adds to the fullness of the visual overall. Because whilst you may not be able to see the dancers at all times, when you can, including the way that the shadows move once a movement has been completed also adds to it visually. This was really interesting.
I love this. I've never seen this before as well. So my thoughts were, I love the use of dynamics, and like when they slow down, it's like they're also moving through water. The tension is so good and so in sync. It's like they're really pushing through a force and then stopping. It's so satisfying. And also it felt like a performance piece in terms of like a competition, like something you see on like Britain's Got Talent or something like that, where I can't imagine that you can replicate this every day, because there's such a magic to how synchronized they are as well. When they're putting their hands up and stuff, it's like they were one mind. But I really loved the sense of dynamics for it, and like you said, the dancers were killing it. Like the girls, I saw them, like even the way they were just rolling back, like there was just everything to it.
Yeah, so even see the shadows. The shadows are a pyramid as well.
Of course, I was gonna ask about this move actually, because that is that core as well? Because obviously you have to hold yourself up. Like, what is the technique used there?
So it's partially core, but it's actually more so kind of sits in the back of the neck.
Oh.
Because you've got to hold yourself up, so the tension's actually here. Your natural inclination when you're back here is to want to drop your head anyway.
Yes.
So to maintain that is where the tension is. So it's the upper neck here,
probably the hamstrings as well, innit?
Your shoulders and the backs of your knees. Unless it's less in the core. There is some core work, but it's less so. What I would say is, I mean, just based on where we're kind of paused at the moment, you can see the difference in how far back each of the background dancers is able to kind of take that movement. And you can also see again a bit of strain. What I will say is, young lady in the front to his left, so this person.
Yes, yes.
Watch her. She's very interesting to watch.
I've been pointing her. That's the one I was thinking of. I'm really enjoying her.
Yeah, there's something about her. She's got that it factor.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, even that. So I haven't been able to get to like the Shen Yun show, but I've watched loads of clips, and this is like very heavily influenced by Chinese traditional dance. And yeah, the way that the dancers are in the Shen Yun show, like they are so impeccably in sync at all times. Like they could all be blindfolded, and they would know exactly where they need to be and exactly what they need to be doing. Like. It's that ingrained in them.
When you've paused it now, it's wild because everyone is
exactly where they need to be.
Yeah, and these are moves that these are the hard ones to synchronize because everyone raises your hand naturally at different levels, and it's so it's wild.
And that's what I mean. This is the kind of thing that I mean when I say if you're doing it in unison, one person being off because they're doing more than everybody else throws the whole thing off, just as it would if someone tripped over. Like there's no difference, and it's not being nitpicky, but when you're presenting a piece as a whole, those slight differences make a big difference to the way that a piece is received.
Agreed.
Well, I would say it would be nice in those moments to see a pointed foot over a flexed foot.
I actually did think that as well, because I was thinking of how you would see it.
Yeah, just again, because the lines are so sharp, the flexed foot kind of breaks that. I understand that a flexed foot, usually again you would use a flexed foot when you're trying to articulate sharpness in dance, but a pointed foot can be just as sharp.
Yeah.
So watch this, look at the shadows, boom. Arms.
Oh my god.
So even in this, I'll say it now and then I'll kick it back a little bit, but if you just watch the way the shadows move on the floor whilst they're doing this routine, it's almost like the shadows are the vocal echoes. The shadows, the vocal echoes, and obviously the main dancers that you're seeing, they are the melody. But if you just watch the way that they contrast, it's really pretty.
God's in it. That's so true. That's a God. It's so true. I didn't think of it that way. And you know what I love as well? The dance didn't get any more dramatic. It all stayed kind of the same, but it worked. And that's very rare for me to feel something that it stayed in what you'd call one note, and yet it worked. So,
The other thing that's really nice is they didn't change their expressions at all throughout the whole thing. They maintain their facial expression. And one thing that can be jarring with some of these dance routines is they do that whole
perform,
throughout, and that takes away from the routine itself, because again they're making it about them as the individual. But this, if somebody said this is a dance troupe, like I wouldn't know that Leia's a soloist. I wouldn't know that he's a soloist in this.
It's all blended.
It all blends in well. If anything, it just looks like, okay, this is a group performance and we've got one person who does slightly more in this. But overall, this is a good recommendation. I enjoy this.
This is very good.
I enjoy this. Bye, guys.